Next we pass on to another topic. Reason why reincarnation, karma and sanadana are false. Next, let me question the authenticity of the concept of reincarnation, karma and sanadana. Reincarnation is the rebirth of a soul in a physical body. Karma is the sum of a person's action in this and in the previous states of existence, viewed as affecting their future fates. Here are some reasons or logical reasons why reincarnation and karma cannot be true. Firstly, it contradicts the phenomena of medium invoking the spirit of the dead. In the spirit, if the spirit of the departed has already reincarnated in another body, how can it also appear in the temple medium when magicians invoke it? Do we realize its implications and ramifications? It means that the moment when the spirit of the dead is invoked, the newly reincarnated person or creature has to either die immediately or has to survive for some unspecified time without the spirit or the soul. Both are absurd. Secondly, can the spirit once again percolate or seep through the lifeless body to make it live again? Thirdly, we know that only human beings have a soul or spirit. When the dead person is reincarnated in the form of a reptile or an animal or an insect, can his or her soul reside in it? Don't you realize how absurd it is to say that animals and insects also have human soul? Fourthly, it is believed that every birth is a rebirth. If so, if we start from now and go backwards, we have finite number of rebirths that lead to the first birth. Since every birth is a rebirth and every birth is a payment for the previous birth, what was they paying for in the first birth? So there is no valid reason for anything to be born for the first time. Finally, if the dead person is reincarnated in another form other than human being, how to account for human population or increase in the population? And so, as the theory of reincarnation is false and erroneous, it follows then that the theory of karma is also open to question and false. So, the concept of reincarnation and karma should be totally rejected. Let Hindus tell me, since when Brahma divided himself into 4 parts and said that his head is superior or to his chest, or belly is superior to his legs for that matter, does Brahma literally have a corporal body to divide himself into 4 parts? You mean to say that Brahma is not equal in all his body parts? If so, he cannot be a deity at all. After all, his body is a mixture of both inferior qualities as well. Fine, if that is what the Hindus want. On the contrary, on the other hand, if all body parts of a Brahma are equal, in what way a Sudra is inferior to other caste people, even if a Sudra came from the legs of a Brahma? If someone points out to the folly of such thinking, what is wrong in it? Why do you call it hate speech? Why do you suppress the line of thinking? All right, I put it in another way. Sometime back, a man belonging to the so-called upper caste urinated on the low caste man. Let me ask you this question. Where did that urine come from? Please tell me. Where did that urine land? Give answer. If I were put it bluntly, urine came from the upper part of a Brahma and drenched his own legs. Moreover, we know that only human beings have a body, soul and spirit. Does the Brahma have a different sets of bodies, souls and spirits to give to different caste people? Tell me, from which part of a Brahma comes our soul and spirit for low caste people? Are not body, soul and spirit one and the same for all? Yes, they are one. And so, how can there be any upper caste or low caste people? Moreover, if a Sudras came from the legs of Brahma, tell me, where did temple prostitutes come from? Fools. Are not such people making deities a joke and fool of themselves? Yes, of course they are. And so, the concept of Sanatana should be rejected totally. Anyone or any political parties that hold such views should be rejected summarily. How foolishly Hindus understand their deities. Think of it deeply. Do not say this kind of thought disrupt the communal harmony. Do not say this is uncalled for. Do not say this is hate speech. I give you a typical example of hate speech. Sometime back, R.M. Ramiji, the infamous Tamil Nadu governor, said in a public meeting that G.U. Pope and Cardwell were illiterate and they did not even attend a school education. He said that they came only to spread Christianity. This is pure lie. It is a contrary to facts and truths. On other occasions, he said something that would offend the sentiments of Christians. Does R.M. Raviji live in a foolish paradise? Yes, indeed he is. He is completely out of his senses and foolish enough to say that these two European eminent scholars were illiterate. The governor wanted to say something evil of Christians in some way or other and came up with this false accusations. I call this hate speech. His comments diametrically goes against the truth. In some other time, in a meeting, he said, he asked the students to say Jai Ram. Now, I prove his Jai Ram is unholy. The politician pointed out the inherent inequality and discrimination found in Sanatanam. They were reprimanded, taken to task by BJP supporting media and warned by many judges for all speaking truth. I define a hate speech in this way. When something is said contrary to facts and truths, it is hate speech. Now a typical example of this is R.M. Raviji. Now why these people are not questioning R.M. Raviji? Who willfully spoke falsely? Are they afraid to call a spade a spade? Is he hiding behind security, protection and powers he enjoys as part of his office? Yes, indeed. But then his attitude reflects the kind of leaders he was appointed by. I have given him some questions to reply. If R.M. Raviji, Annamalai, Tamil Nadu, the previous Tamil Nadu BJP leader, and H. Raja, and all other Hindu stalwarts, to let them give answers to all of them, I openly ask them. I have one more doubt. If the son of a cobbler is exhorted to become a cobbler, son of a washerman is expected to become a washerman, son of a barber is advised to become a barber, what is wrong when son of a politician becomes a politician? Why it is not welcomed when the son of a minister becomes a minister? Why to call it a dynastic politics? Hypocrites, changing roles to suit them. See, if you say that the son of a cobbler should become a cobbler, if that is right, then the son of a minister can become a minister. What is wrong in You are a hypocrite if you do that. Basing on above given irresistible reasons, facts and truths to show that concept of reincarnation, karma and sanadana are false, and one can safely conclude that the teaching of Hinduism is based on human wisdom and the teaching of unholy beings and not from God. I very sincerely say that the intention of this recording is not to disgrace any Hindus in any way. On the contrary, to bring them to close to real God.